Imagine living in a world where worrying about money doesn't seem to matter as much. In this world, financial freedom isn't just a far-off dream. It's a solid foundation for a happy and deeply satisfying life. It may sound like a dream, but it can become a reality, and especially if you follow the path of Stoicism. Stoic philosophy not only gives you a view, but also a way of life that will lead you to the tranquil shore when life gets rough. People who follow this philosophy are like warriors, who are always looking for freedom and real happiness by controlling and hugging their inner selves. Let's dive into the depths of Stoic philosophy and start a new chapter in our lives where you are the master of your destiny, joy, and yourself. Are you ready to change your life? This isn't just any video. It's an invitation to a journey of self-transformation. I dare you to watch this whole video and not skip a single principle, because each one has the power to change your life in ways you can't even imagine. Number 1. Stop associating wealth with happiness. There are many definitions of happiness, and each one is unique to the person using it. However, most scientific studies on people's happiness indices show that things like health, wealth, marital status, and physical appearance don't really play a big role in making people happy. What we often think will make us the happiest and most successful turns out not to be as important in creating happiness. For example, in one study, scientists asked several hundred workers at 10 different job sites how happy they were during the first 25 minutes of their workday. Surprisingly, those with higher incomes were not happier than those with lower incomes. In fact, they often felt more pressure, stress, and negative emotions. Several studies that have looked at the link between income and happiness have repeatedly found results like these. Seneca, a well-known Stoic philosopher, once said, "The poor person is not the one who has too little, but the one who wants more." Stoicism tells us to look for wealth in our minds instead of things. So, how can we tell the difference between happiness and material wealth? First, we need to ask ourselves what's important to us and whether we're looking for happiness in the wrong places. It's a process of realizing our values and working on developing our inner selves and inner peace. When we let go of our attachment to things and societal standards of worth, we open the door to true freedom. Spiritual wealth is the source of lasting happiness. Remember that true happiness comes from living a meaningful life, following your values, and facing life honestly and with confidence. In today's world, we are often distracted by the bright lights of materialism and forget the true value of spiritual freedom. Stoic thought tells us that what we can let go of is more valuable than what we own. This is not just good advice, it's the first step to real freedom. Number 2. Stop spending beyond your means. While the world is full of material temptations, staying true to your ideals within your own abilities is both a daily fight and a sweet victory of an unbreakable spirit. Stoicism is not only a theory, it is also a light that shows the way and affirms a truth that will never change. Being able to find purpose and satisfaction within oneself is what makes people happy, not having money. Take a moment to imagine that all over social media, people are posting pictures of their perfect lives. Beautiful clothes, shiny cell phones, exotic travels are like a wave that sweeps us away from reason and into an endless race to possess what we want. It's restless when your heart beats irregularly with the desire to get the newest thing just to avoid falling behind at that very time. It's not the person who doesn't have enough that is poor, it's the person who wants more that is poor. This is what Sebastiana said. Now might be the time to take a moment to look deep inside ourselves and ask if these wants are really what we need, or if they are just signals from hidden social pressures. Epiphany reminders are not only lessons in self-control, but also calls to return to our true selves, where happiness is not a race for material things, but a search for and respect of spiritual values. We can either chase the shadows of our never-ending wants, or take a different road that leads to inner freedom and peace. Think about what's most important to you, and how we can start to tell the difference between needs and wants. Do you need a new phone, or just want to keep up with the latest trends? By asking questions and practicing self-control, we not only learn how to handle our money wisely, but we also gain autonomy, which helps us resist temptations and figure out what our true values are. Using Stoic philosophy to manage your money not only helps you avoid the trap of uncontrolled spending, but it also leads to a meaningful and happy life. By living within our means and seeking satisfaction from within, we build a solid foundation for true freedom and happiness. Let's help each other grow. How has this method changed your life? Share your thoughts in the comments below so we can all learn from each other. Number 3. Stop neglecting personal development. Our world moves quickly, and it's easy to put professional success, daily duties, and approval from others ahead of our own growth. Neglecting personal growth, on the other hand, can hurt our general happiness, success, and well-being. Personal growth means committing to learning new things, thinking about yourself, and always getting better. We can live happier lives, make better connections, and reach our full potential if we work on our own growth. Self-awareness and thinking about it. Getting to know yourself is the first step in growing as a person. Self-reflection on a regular basis helps you figure out your beliefs, goals, and strengths. Steps you can take. Journal to keep track of what you think and feel. Set aside time every week to think about yourself. Get comments from other people to see things from a different point of view. Setting goals and making plans. Setting clear, attainable goals gives you direction and keeps you going. Making a plan helps you keep track of your work and stay on track. Steps you can take. Set both short and long-term goals. Divide goals into jobs that you can handle. To keep track of your tasks, use to-do lists, journals, or digital apps. Learning all the time. Learning new things throughout your life keeps your mind sharp and gives you new options. It includes going to school, getting better at skills, and learning from events. Steps you can take. Read books, go to workshops, or take internet classes. Always be interested and ask questions. Learn from both your wins and your failures. Being emotionally intelligent and strong. Emotional intelligence, EQ training, improves social skills and helps people deal with stress. Being resilient means being able to get back up after a loss. Steps you can take. Listening to others is a good way to show understanding. Find ways to deal with your stress, like practicing awareness or working out. Think about the problems you've had in the past to learn and get better, making healthy routines and habits more likely. Having consistent habits and routines helps you grow as a person by giving you order and making you feel good. This includes health in the body, mind, and spirit. Steps you can take. Plan out your day so that you have time to rest, eat well, and exercise. Make time for hobbies and taking it easy. Check and change your habits often to make sure they help you reach your goals. Putting money into personal growth is important for living a healthy and happy life. We can reach our full potential and live a better life by becoming more self-aware, setting goals, being open to learning new things all the time, improving our emotional intelligence, and making good habits. Number 4. Equally pivotal. Stop ignoring your finances. If you ignore your finances, it could hurt your general health and make your future less stable. Managing your money is more than just making ends meet. It's about making sure you're ready for the unexpected, can reach your goals, and can live a stress-free, happy life. Financial health is just as important to your mental and physical health and needs to be actively managed and cared for. Know what your financial situation is. Look at your income and expenses. Write down all of your income and all of your expenses. Getting a clear picture of your finances can be done with planning apps or simple spreadsheets. Find patterns in your spending. Find out where your money is going and where you can cut costs that aren't necessary. To figure out your net worth, doing your net worth, assets minus debts, on a regular basis will help you understand your financial health and make smart financial goals. Make a budget and stick to it. Make a monthly budget and divide your money into different areas like savings, needs, and extra spending. Put needs ahead of wants. Pay for the things you need first, and save some of your income before you buy things that aren't necessary. Make changes and go over them often. Budgets are not set in stone. Look at them often and make changes as your finances change. Prepare for the worst. Start out small. Try to save enough money in a separate account that you can quickly get to for at least 3 to 6 months of living costs. Keep things the same. Put money into your emergency fund every month, even if it's only a little. Having automatic payments set up can help you get into the habit. If it's not an emergency, don't use it. You should only use the emergency fund for real situations, like when you get sick, lose your job, or need to fix something right away. Smartly handle your debt. Know your debt. Make a list of all your bills, including how much you owe, how much interest you pay, and how long you have to pay it back. Make a plan for paying off your debts. Pay off the debts with the highest interest rates first, and then make the minimum payments on the other debts. Think about ways like the debt snowball or avalanche. Do not take on more debt. When you use credit cards and loans, be careful. Don't take on more debt than you can handle. Save money for the future. Start early. Your money will have more time to grow if you start spending early. Over time, compound interest can help your savings grow by a lot. Spread out your investments. To lower your danger, spread your money out among different types of assets. Learn something. Find out about the different ways you can spend your money, like real estate, stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. If you want personalized help, you might want to talk to a financial advisor. You can get more financial protection and peace of mind by taking charge of your money. You can avoid financial crises by taking these steps. They also help make the future more safe and prosperous. When Seneca, one of the smartest people in the Stoic world, once said, "It's not the man who has too little who is poor, but the one who wants more." This statement not only gave us a new way of looking at things, but it also gave us a glimpse into our own minds. It's a gentle but profound reminder of how important it is to control our wants and know when enough is enough. It's not just a lesson about saving or investing, but also about finding true wealth in being happy with what you have. Self-control is the most important thing when it comes to managing money well. But how can we use this in our everyday lives? First, we should ask ourselves, do I need this or do I just want it? Figuring out the difference between what we need and what we want is the first thing that we need to do to learn how to live within our means and resist the urge to overconsume. Another Stoic principle helps us understand that we can't always fully control our money. Markets may go up and down, and incomes may go down, but we can control how we react to these changes. That's why having an emergency fund is such an important part of managing money. For example, Warren Buffett, a famous investor, has chosen to live in a simple home for decades, even though he has the money to buy a castle. His choices and way of life reflect the Stoic principles of simplicity and self-control. This shows that financial management is not only a necessary skill, but also a mental exercise. Start a road of personal growth. Are you ready to take on this challenge and use it as a chance to get better? Remember, TR, real wealth is not in how many things you own, but in your soul and your freedom from endless wants. Number 5. Stop blaming others. Did you know that blaming others can be like a false life jacket that helps us float on top of our problems and mistakes for a short time? But is this really an escape route, or is it just an invisible wall that keeps us from reaching our full potential? Stoic philosophy, which focuses on taking responsibility for your actions and being open to change, offers a different way to find true freedom and grow as a person. One of the great Stoic thinkers, Marcus Aurelius, said, "You have power over your mind, not over outside events. If you remember this, you will be strong." This sentence is not only advice, but also a reminder of how powerful we all are. What would happen if you took full responsibility for your life? Could you stop the cycle of disappointment and make your life important and successful? Thomas Edison was an endlessly creative person who failed over 1,000 times before he invented the electric light bulb. He never blamed the failure on circumstances, materials, or his co-workers. Instead, he saw each failure as a way not to succeed and a valuable lesson on the way to success. This attitude not only shows a lot of patience and persistence, but it also reflects the Stoic philosophy of spirit of acceptance and learning from every situation. So, when you fail, will you accept it and learn from it, or will you look for an excuse to blame? That's the difference between successful people and people who are stuck all the time. As Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, said, "The answer is in your own hands. It's not that things are hard that we don't dare. It's that we don't dare that they are hard. Every day we have the chance to face challenges, take responsibility, and write our own stories differently. So accept the challenge, accept responsibility, and live your life with courage and determination. It is not only the path to success and happiness, but also the highest expression of Stoic philosophy in daily life. When we dare to face and overcome, nothing is impossible if you draw a lesson from principle number 5. Leave a comment "I dare to face difficulties and challenges" below this video. Before we continue, I want to take a moment to thank all of you who have accompanied us on this meaningful journey. Your support is great. We need your support to keep making good content and giving back to the community. If you find value in what we're sharing, please like and share this video with your friends and family. Remember that every share not only helps spread this philosophy of life further, but it can also change the lives of many people. Now let's move on to principle number 6. This is when we learn to take risks without fear of failure or challenges, because those things will make us stronger and smarter. Number 6. Stop avoiding risks. A lot of people naturally try to avoid chances because they want to feel safe and stable. But staying away from all risks can mean missing out on possibilities and staying where you are. Taking risks is an important part of growing as a person, coming up with new ideas and being successful. When you learn to take calculated chances, you can reach new goals and experience things that were out of your reach before. People and businesses can do well in a world that is always changing if they know how to handle and welcome risks. A look at risk versus recklessness. Risk is doubt that can have both good and bad results, but it should be dealt with in a smart way. When someone is reckless, they do things without thinking about what might happen, which usually ends badly. Pros of taking chances. Personal growth. Getting out of your comfort zone is a great way to grow as a person and boost your confidence. Innovation and creativity. Taking chances can help you come up with new ideas and make big steps forward. Opportunities for success. A lot of successful people say that they got where they are by taking risks that other people wouldn't. How to evaluate and handle risks. Research and planning. Get knowledge and think about what might happen so you can make smart choices. Risk mitigation. Come up with ways to lessen the bad effects that might happen, like having a backup plan. Cost-benefit analysis. To decide if a risk is worth taking, you need to compare the possible benefits to the dangers. Getting over your fear of failing. Reframe failure. Instead of seeing mistakes as setbacks, see them as opportunities to learn. Develop your resilience. Learn how to get back up after failing and keep going. Get help. Surround yourself with people who will support you and help you through tough times. How to take real action to accept risks. Start small. To gain confidence and experience, start with small risks that you can handle. Make your goals clear. Figure out what you want to achieve and why taking a risk is important. Do something, even if you don't know what to do. Commit to making choices and moving toward your goals. Reflect and adapt. After you take a risk, think about what happened and make any changes you think are necessary for future chances. People can stop avoiding risks and start embracing chances for growth and success if they understand and follow these rules. Stop avoiding risks. To really understand and apply this principle to our lives, we can look at Elon Musk, who is one of the bravest business people of our time. He put all the money he made from the PayPal deal into two difficult projects, SpaceX and Tesla, even though he knew they would fail, and there was a lot of disagreement about them. Musk has not only changed the automotive and aerospace industries, but he has also started a new era for humanity. His story inspires us to face and embrace risks, which not only help us find our full potential, but also open up new opportunities we hadn't thought of before. Let's think about what the biggest risk I'm avoiding is, and what valuable lessons I can learn from facing that challenge. When we start to see risks as opportunities to grow as people, we'll understand that every problem and setback is a part of the way to success and personal growth. Stoic philosophy tells us to be strong and brave in the face of uncertainty, because it is the key to a meaningful and happy life. So what will you do today to get over your fears and take the risks you've been avoiding? Remember that every step you take out of your comfort zone is not only a personal triumph, but also proof that you are constantly growing as a person on the path to perfection. We want to know if you've recently taken any risks in your life. Please share your story and thoughts in the comments. Number 7. Stop resisting change. There is one thing that doesn't change in this huge universe: change itself. Every star and particle of dust has a story of transformation inside it. Marcus Aurelius, who was thinking about life and existence, gently reminded us to accept the things that fate binds you and love the people that fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. Why do we stubbornly fight the gentle flow of time when every time we do, we add another scar to our souls? Acceptance doesn't mean passivity in the face of challenges. Instead, it starts a process of adaptation and growth that teaches us to see and seize every opportunity. But how do we truly embrace change instead of just accepting it as a given? First, let's ask ourselves, what can this change teach me? Every change, no matter how small, has a lesson to teach and a chance to grow. In fact, change pushes us to go beyond our present limits, discover new possibilities, and change who we are. Stoic thinkers see change not as a problem, but as a chance to move forward. They teach us that we can choose how to react to any situation. Epictetus said that we suffer not from the things that happen to us, but from how we think about them. So why not choose a positive view, a mind that is open to everything? Think about how you will deal with change in your life. Are you ready to see chances in problems and learn from every experience? We find our real strength and limitless potential to rebuild our lives when we accept and welcome change. When we do this, we don't just fit into the world, we shape it. Change is not the enemy. It is the master who leads us through life's paths. Opening new doors and exploring new horizons is what life is all about, and what Stoicism is all about. Number 8. Stop living to please others. People often try to please others because they want to be liked and are afraid of being turned down. Seeking praise is a normal part of human behavior, but it can cause people to compromise their values, ignore their own needs, and feel stressed and unhappy. Focusing on your own goals and ideals instead of pleasing other people is important for your own health and for having real relationships. Learn to read the signs. Learn to recognize the actions and reasons that show you're living to please other people. Some common signs are agreeing with others too much, avoiding conflict, and putting other people's wants ahead of your own. Put limits on it. Learn how to say no without feeling bad about it. To protect your time and energy, set clear, healthy limits. Be more assertive to talk about your wants and limits in a clear way. Figure out what you value. Think about what's important to you. Figure out what your beliefs, goals, and interests are. Make choices and actions that are in line with these values, instead of what other people expect of you. Learn to be kind to yourself. Take care of yourself. Recognize your worth regardless of what other people think. Develop self-compassion to stop criticizing yourself and improve your self-image. Ask for help. Spend time with people who accept your boundaries and want to see you grow. To make the change from pleasing other people to satisfying your own needs, you might want to get professional help, like therapy or counseling. If you pay attention to these steps, you can stop trying to please other people and start living a life that you truly love. One of the hardest things about life is often having to deal with the pressure of other people's opinions and demands. Stoics know that trying to please other people is not only a load, but also a big way to avoid real freedom and happiness. They tell us to focus on living by our own values and principles, instead of waiting for other people to accept or approve of us. Marcus Aurelius once said, "It amazes me all the time. We all love ourselves more than other people, but we care more about what they think than our own." This advice strongly reminds us of the need to free ourselves from mental chains that hold us back from true freedom and happiness. For example, take the case of a young man named Harry who decides to pursue an artistic career even though his family doesn't support it because they think it won't lead to a stable future. Despite their disapproval and pressure, he keeps going with his passion, and in the end, he finds joy and success in both his work and his personal life. This action not only shows how powerful it is to live by your values, but it also shows how freeing yourself can be. Have you ever felt limited by what other people expect of you? Are you ready to give up something to be accepted by them? Tell us how you feel and what you think. Remember that when we stop trying to please other people and start living by our own values and principles, we not only find freedom, but we also find real happiness and purpose in life. Because modern life is so full of distractions and disconnections, we often put off our dreams and goals. This means that we don't fully live in each moment. We just exist. But what you need to do is stop putting off your life and start living authentically. This is not only a lesson in how to live, it's also the key to true freedom and happiness, no matter what. Number 9. Stop postponing your life. It's easy to get stuck in the habit of waiting for the perfect time to follow our dreams, interests, and goals in today's busy world. We keep telling ourselves that we'll live our best life when we get more time, money, or reach a certain goal. But this way of thinking can cause a lifetime of missed opportunities and delays. Stop postponing. Your life is an idea that tells us to live in the present and work toward our goals right now, instead of waiting for the future to be certain. Knowing that life is happening now and that we have the power to make changes that matter and have satisfying experiences today is what it's all about. Recognize and fight limiting beliefs. Figure out the ideas and thoughts that are stopping you from acting. Some of these are worrying that you will fail, wanting to be great, or thinking that you need more resources before you start. Ask yourself if these ideas are true and reframe them in a way that makes you feel better. Set goals that are clear and doable. Make it clear and specific what you want to achieve. Break down big goals into smaller steps that you can handle. This makes the process less scary and keeps you motivated because you can enjoy small wins along the way. Do something right away. Do small things that will help you reach your goals at first, even if they don't seem important. The important thing is to start going forward, because movement builds momentum. Perhaps all you need to do is do some study, make a phone call, or set aside time every day to work on your goals. Accept your flaws and learn from your mistakes. Know that there is no such thing as perfection and that failing is a normal part of learning. Don't wait for everything to be right before you start. Instead, start now and be ready to make mistakes. Every mistake you make teaches you something important and moves you closer to your goal. Set priorities and make time for what's important. Review your daily schedule and put things that are in line with your values and goals at the top of the list. This could mean giving up habits that waste time or learning to say no to tasks that don't help you reach your long-term goals. For long-term happiness, it's important to make a plan that's balanced and includes time for your interests. You can stop putting off your dreams and start living a more purposeful and fulfilling life right now if you understand and follow these concepts. Every day, we unintentionally fall into a sneaky but dangerous trap. We put off living our real lives by telling ourselves, "When I'm ready, I'll start," or "Tomorrow, I'll do it." Seneca, the most famous Stoic philosopher, tells us that life is a play, and that what matters is not how long it lasts, but how well it is performed. Not only do his words tell me of how important it is to fully live in each moment, but they also wake me up and call me out of the shadows of not knowing what to do next. The first real step. Dear friend, the secret is not waiting for the right time or for inspiration to strike. The secret is in our hearts, in our choice to live fully in every breath, not letting fear or doubt stop us. The words of Sebastian Bach are more than just words. They are an invitation to dance to life's rhythm, even when the music is sometimes chaotic and uncertain. When we put off our plans and dreams, we not only waste time, but we also miss out on the joys and lessons that life has to offer. The question is, do you want to live a life where each day passes without leaving a mark, or do you want to make a difference, no matter how small? It's not about the number of days in your life, but the life that you live. To do this, we must choose to live each moment with purpose and passion, not letting fear or hesitation stop us. We must ask ourselves, what am I putting off and why? Remember that it's never too late to start. Marcus Aurelius was another Stoic thinker. Emperor said, "Why aren't you running to do what your nature calls you to do? So what are you waiting for? Don't put off living your life. Start living it now and make a difference for yourself and the people around you." Number 10. Stop underestimating the power of contentment. Pursuing happiness doesn't lead to happiness. People's never-ending desires come from being content with what they already have. This isn't a passive view. It's a choice to see the good things in our lives instead of always wanting more. For example, when we focus on personal growth instead of comparing ourselves to others, we start to see how valuable we really are. Have you ever stopped to really enjoy what you have without having to compare it to other people? We live in a world where a lot of ads say, more is better, do more. Satisfaction isn't always seen as a sign of lack of ambition, but it's actually a sign of inner strength and autonomy, the ability to face and accept life as it is without feeling unhappy. How can we use this lesson in our daily lives? Start by practicing daily gratitude. Take time to think about even the smallest things you're thankful for. This will help us see the value in what we already have and give us the chance to fully enjoy life no matter what. This sends a strong message about how important it is to be happy. Not a lack of things, but an unquenchable desire for more that makes people truly poor in their search for happiness and satisfaction. Maybe we forgot how important it is to be happy with what we already have as our journey comes to an end. Looking at the 10 somber rules that can make a difference in people's lives, are you really ready to use these lessons in your daily life to break free from the loop of always feeling inadequate? That's an important question we need to ask ourselves. Please share your comments and thoughts below. Remember that the choices and actions you take every day are what create change. If you found these lessons helpful and want to share them with others, please like and share this video. Let's build a strong community where we can help each other on our journey to personal growth and success. Finally, if you're new to our channel, please subscribe so you don't miss any other Stoic philosophy lessons and stay on this journey with us. Watch the videos at the end of this one and remember that we'll not only learn how to get out of the CLE of always feeling inadequate, but also how to find true prosperity and happiness. Remember that even small changes in your thoughts and actions today can have a big impact on your future. Keep working hard, and we'll see you in the next video.